Don Lemon has gone viral the last few days because he says something is deeply broken. It's deeply broken inside white men in America. Let's take a look at the clip.
Men who look like you, men who vote like you, and men who sound like you. White men, something is broken. Something is cracked deep inside when so many of you believe the answer to fear, to loss, to change is violence.
Now, this is rich coming from Don Lemon, who has white men deep in him almost every single night. In fact, he probably had a white man inside him about an hour before he taped that. He's married to a white man. My sources tell me his exes are predominantly white men. He only hangs out with white, wealthy people in the Hamptons. Okay, these are his folks. These are his people. This is his tribe. But he continues to go out there and hate on white men. If I were his husband, right? If I were his husband and my husband is in the other room denigrating white men as a whole, I would be rethinking my relationship. But something tells me maybe they're not spending that much time together. I don't know if there's trouble in paradise. I can tell you Don Lemon doesn't seem like a happy guy, because someone who's happy like that isn't lashing out in such gross, divisive ways. So Don Lemon, I really think he's one of the most racist figures on television, or he's not even on television anymore. He's been canceled and sent out to pasture on whatever website he is on, but he continues to denigrate and tear down white men. And I think what he could be getting at is this despondency among young men as a whole in the country. But it's not just white men. It's black men, Hispanic men, Asian men. There are millions of young men in this country who feel despondent, who feel like the American dream is unattainable. And Charlie Kirk actually knew how to tap into those guys, reach them, bring them into a coalition. And it's why we saw so many young men shift to the right in this last election. If Don Lemon would say that, if Don Lemon could articulate that thought, though I don't think he has the IQ points to do so, if he could articulate that thought, he might be semi-respectable. But to go on camera and say, white men, something is broken inside of you, deep inside of you, and it's rich coming from Don Lemon. I'll also say about Don Lemon, here's my thing. You can be a jerk, you can be an asshole, you can be divisive, but you can't be boring. Okay, Don Lemon is the most boring gay man in media. How are you the most boring gay man in media? I would respect Don Lemon a little bit more if he was interesting to look at or had something interesting to say, but it's the same old, tired, pedantic playbook we have seen for years. Yes, that's an SAT word. I hope I used it correctly, but it's the same pedantic playbook we've seen a million times over from Don Lemon.